We got an exciting Power Rangers video for you today. I don't do a lot of Power Rangers videos anymore because of Ninja Steel. If y'all haven't seen Ninja Steel, watch Ninja Steel and you'll see why I haven't done a lot of reaction and reviews. But that's why I brought my boy Kenny onto my channel today. Today we're going to talk about how we would fix the Power Rangers franchise. What's up guys, Remington Keyes here with another video coming at you. Today we got my boy Kenny Rutter.
Hello!
So I wrote down 5 ways I would fix the Power Rangers franchise.
You could start by handing it over to another network.
I personally don't have a problem with Nickelodeon running it, because you could
But if choose another network to run it on,
yeah.
What would it be?
If I were to choose another network,
it's already had its run on Fox and Disney.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I'd probably go with Toonami or Netflix, because anywhere else is going to try to get too much control.
But if you want to, for whatever reason, go the route of that piece of shit fan film from 2014, do it right. The best example I can think of, Daredevil doing it right.
I was just going to mention Daredevil, too.
Yeah, Daredevil did it right. Why not?
I would say we should definitely get a good mix. If I were to do it, I would do Riverdale meets The Flash, or Riverdale meets the first season of Legends of Tomorrow. You know what I mean? Something like that, where it sets up all the characters one by one by one, and you have an actual ending where you're gonna lead up to. You know?
Having never seen neither of those shows, I'm just going to sit over here and give you the visual interpretation of me nodding my head by saying I'm nodding my head. Well, step 1, don't make the characters cardboard.
I kind of have that as one of my lists, too.
Actually have characterization. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say at the moment. You can go ahead and do your thing real quick.
My number one thing that I would fix in the Power Rangers franchise, along with that character development, would also be to take more risks with your stories. Like Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. They take plenty of risks, sometimes even going to darker tones, and still being a kid show, but they take bigger risks with their story.
Earlier today I just finished watching Ranger, the basis for Mighty Morphin Season 1. They're not afraid to kill off certain characters. I'm looking at a certain Green Ranger.
I wish Power Rangers would be able to do it. I mean, look at, people say, oh, well, it's a kid show, but look at Disney. Disney makes plenty of kids' movies with death involved in the movie, and they don't need to bring people back to life. It's not necessary to bring it back to life because it's a kids' show. They need to be able to take more risks with their characters, you know?
I think the last time they did that was, oh god, all the way back in Time Force. And maybe RPM.
And I would make an argument for Samurai in a way, because they tried the whole Jaden going away thing, and they just didn't execute it well.
That was such bullshit right there. That arc.
The setup was there. The setup was nice. It just didn't pay off as well, you know.
Plus, I honestly don't think it needed to happen.
Well, I kind of wish that Jaden would just completely leave the team to find himself and then bring the sister on. That's how I would change that season a little bit. I would have him find himself, going on a journey, and then coming back in Super Mega Force for that cameo, him finally completing the journey. It would have made a whole character complete, you know? Yeah, but,
Rem, there's just one problem with that. You're asking the Neo Saban era to do something smart.
I know. That brings us to our second point, actually. That's a really good segue. The second point I have to fix Power Rangers is stop dumbing down the content.
Well, here's the thing. When it was on Fox, yeah, they did manage to balance the goofiness with the seriousness. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, like Turbo.
Yeah.
Disney sort of did the same thing, like I said with RPM.
Yeah, RPM was definitely a very good mix.
Nickelodeon. Ignoring the fact that they have that stupid 20 episodes per season, plus that stupid naming convention.
Yeah.
Super Samurai, Super Mega Force, Dino Supercharged, Super Ninja Steel. Oh God, I can't even. I don't even want to imagine what they would have done if they had adapted to future.
Oh, I know.
Super Train Station or something.
Super Trade Force. Hiya!
Once Nickelodeon got a hold of it, yeah, with Disney with the later years, it kind of started to seem like a mediocre Disney sitcom with superheroes.
Yeah.
Now it's a mediocre, just plain bad Nickelodeon sitcom with superheroes. If I want that, I'll go watch Henry Danger or the Thundermans.
But the thing is, it dubs its character. We're literally getting the same story told through all the seasons. It's literally copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste through every season.
Except for Megaforce, which didn't even have a story. It was just, let's throw all the Sentai footage at the screen as much as we can and include Rangers that were Sentai only.
Well, the problem with Megaforce is it tries too hard to be Mighty Morphin. They don't really understand what made Mighty Morphin good, so they're just like, let's just throw Sentai footage at it, and hopefully people like it.
No, now, going back to what I said, don't make characters cardboard. Yeah, especially in the beginning, the characters of Mighty Morphin at least knew when to throw in some character development. Granted, it took until almost season 2 to do that, but they at least knew, hey, these are actual characters. Maybe we should, I don't know, have them develop a little bit. And as far as I know, I could be remembering this wrong. First instance that comes to mind is after Tommy leaves between being the Green Ranger and becoming the White Ranger, Jason actually laments, if I had gotten the green candle before it burned out, Tommy would still be here.
Yeah.
So there's that bit of regret there's that regret there. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I understand.
But then in season 3, hold on. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've actually watched Power Rangers, because I can't watch more than 3 or 4 episodes at a time. Yeah, it was when Jason, Zach, and Trini went to that peace conference, and then later when Kimberly went to gymnastics camp or whatever it was, they actually get into the whole talk about how is this going to affect our ranger duties, when really it should have been from the very beginning, and again, I'll get into this a little bit later with something I'm doing, how is our ranger duties going to affect our personal lives? The best example I can take of something like that, it's not Power Rangers related, but I don't know if you've ever read the Animorphs books.
I've read some of them.
They do a good job of actually saying, okay, child soldiers now, actual child soldiers. How is this going to affect our personal and social lives?
Exactly. And that's why we kind of bring it back to the first point. Take more risks. Show more character development like this in your episodes. Stop putting all this filler and put actual story and backstory to these characters. How is it affecting their lives? Show us. Don't tell us. Show us, you know? Another point to bring up about the dumbing down of content. So we got Dino Charge, the first season of Dino Charge. A lot of fans will agree this was so fresh and original, and the way they handled certain characters, there was a lot of shocking twists that you didn't expect. And then you get in the Super Dino Charge, and it's like, you know how those characters matured throughout that first season?
Completely redo it, right?
Exactly. We want them to be silly again. We want them to be the silly Rangers. We want them to be like the Mighty Morphin campy Rangers. We don't want them to have character development. It goes to the same thing with Cartoon Network and Ben 10. When you had Ben 10 Alien Force, the first 2 seasons, he developed as a character and became more mature and regretted some of his actions. He wasn't cocky. He knew what was going on. He knew what he was doing wrong. He was learning. He was learning from past mistakes. Then you get into season 3 and Cartoon Network goes, nah, we want it to be like the original Ben 10 and have him not learn from his mistakes, have him be goofy. But what they don't know is that was the origin. They had to develop into becoming the smart person. You can't just have him be dumb the whole time, you know? And they constantly do that with their franchises.
Titans versus Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, exactly. Just like with Teen Titans.
Oh, okay.
And we had Dino Charge, I'll say, has a lot of character development with like at least 3 to 4 Rangers have a lot of character development and growth throughout the first season of Dino Charge. Second season, Dino Supercharge, a Super Dino crappy toy promotion.
Stupid naming convention.
Yeah. They just throw all the development out the window and go, let's have some more sillier storylines. What if Sir Ivan met his grandson? Boop, 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 boop.
Hey, you know that scene in episode 1 where Tyler goes to play Space Age with a banana in his underwear? Let's do that again.
Pretty much. Let's dumb the characters down so we can get all the younger kids laughing. I mean,
now, I'll admit, most of my knowledge of everything after, say, the first season of Samurai comes from Likar's History of Power. Even then, general consensus is, ending notwithstanding, Dino Charge was a million times better than Megaforce, but then again, that's not hard to do.
Yeah. Well, I'll say the first season of Dino Charge is probably one of my favorite Power Ranger seasons ever. It's got one of the best finales that I've ever seen. I mean, just the ending shot of the finale is worth any Power Rangers fan to go see because it's just so amazing. Like, I go, man, I can't wait till Super Dino Charge actually develops these characters even further than this. Because this finale, if you just take the first 20 episodes of Dino Charge and said that was a season, it would be one of the best seasons of Power Ranger history ever. But because you have to add Dino Supercharge to it, it brings it down so much.
And I've not seen Ninja Steel, so I can't comment on that.
Ninja Steel, I would say skip it. Because Ninja Steel literally has no story. It has zero story.
Oh god, it's Megaforce all over again.
Yeah, but see, at least Megaforce sort of had a story. Like, it had villains that wanted to conquer the Earth. There was a purpose for the villains. This Ninja Steel, spoiler alert, people, for those of you who haven't seen Ninja Steel.
Villains wanted to conquer the Earth. That's pretty much the story of every Power Ranger series, except for
Ninja Steel.
I think I can count on one finger, maybe two, and that would be In Space and Time. Even then, In Space is iffy, so let's just go back to one finger and say Time Force.
Well, Ninja Steel's villain wants to get better ratings on his reality show. And the funny thing about Ninja Steel is it has such a great setup with the first episode where the Red Ranger was captured, he's on this alien ship and has to escape back to Earth, and then gets Ranger powers. That's great! The rest of the season is them trying to do Mighty Morphin all over again. Even to the fact where they have a rip-off Bulk and Skull called Victor and Monty, except it's Bulk and Skull if they were, like, jocks.
At least Samurai brought back Bulk.
Yeah.
Spike was an annoying little shit, but the saving grace was Skull showed up at the end for all 2 seconds.
Now, this one wants to rip it off, and again, it's pretty dumb. Ninja Steel is a huge skip. I'm looking forward to Super Ninja Steel because they got a lot of cameos apparently planned, and the fact that they're bringing Sledge, the villain from Dino Charge, the first season of Dino Charge, back to Ninja Steel is a huge, it's like a huge improvement, you know?
You know, I would say something like, didn't he die? But then you have that whole time anomaly, time paradox bullshit from the end of Dino Charge.
Yeah, we don't talk about that Dino Supercharge ending. Dino Charge's ending is actually really good.
Like I said, History of Power Rangers. What was it when Kara said, oh yeah, the ending is enough to make even Doctor Who's head explode?
But Kenny, I definitely recommend if you want to watch a really good finale, watch the last episode to the first season of Dino Charge. It is one of the best Power Ranger finales ever. And I'm putting that in my top 3 best Power Ranger finales.
Alright, your next point?
Oh, next point. Less filler. We don't need all these filler episodes. Like, Ninja Steel is completely 19 episodes full of filler. It's bad. You don't develop the characters very much at all. It's all, we put the characters in this situation. How do they react to this? Without actually developing from it, you know?
Yeah. How do they react to this? The same way they did last time. Earlier I said I can't watch more than 3 or 4 episodes of Power Rangers at a time.
Well, exactly.
And that right there is why every episode, barring a few exceptions, is the exact same goddamn thing.
Which is why we need less filler. We need more stories developing these characters. Even if you don't have an episode where it's the monster of the week, show something to his backstory. Why is he so worthy of being a Power Ranger? Why is he so strong? What could his powers do that any of the other Rangers couldn't come back and do? Like, what makes these people special? What makes this team special? Why should I give a fuck Power Rangers doesn't want me giving a fuck anymore. And that's where a lot of fans are standing right now, which is why we need less filler.
Okay, yeah. Another thing that bugs me about Power Rangers, and this sounds like a good time to get into a thing I'm doing. It's a Power Ranger story I started in January. One thing that bugs me in, let's see here, it was Ninja Storm. I almost forgot what it was for a second. Ninja Storm, RPM, and Megaforce. Now, RPM gets a pass for being in another world. But the other, seriously, okay, Ninja Storm. You aren't even 5 years after a global invasion that was thwarted by the Power Rangers. Megaforce, you're supposed to be the 20th anniversary, and the Samurai Rangers are known public figures by this point.
Yeah.
Plus, you got Jaden and Master G running around. So, that should be a thing, plus the previous Rangers.
My biggest...
If you're going to do that, have... what I did in my story, it's still ongoing, is if you're going to doing something like that, have it be set a long time after the most recent season. In my case, 20 years. So that way, by that point, no Power Ranger has been seen, and Power Rangers have kind of faded away into obscurity and urban legend.
Yeah. Do what Ghostbusters 2 did.
And that would be a good reason for the characters to go, Power Rangers? That's a freaking bedtime story. Until they're forced into their first morph, and they're like, okay, I think I believe you now. And going to the character development, you got them, you actually give these characters a reason to be Power Rangers instead of, ooh, cool, I can have superpowers.
Exactly.
So actually give them a reason, like the mentor or whoever it is gives them their powers, tells them, explains about the villain and says, and not to blackmail or anything, but says, if he wins, everything you know and love will die.
Yeah.
Not destroy, die. I think I have a good reason now.
Yeah. Exactly.
And actually give these characters, like, backstory, reason, people to protect, which is why they want to take on these powers. And then have them realize taking on these powers is a bit of a double-edged sword. Because, on the one hand, you got these cool powers, you're beating up bad guys, and you're keeping the people you love safe. On the other hand, your life is taking a massive hit.
Yeah.
To the point where your attendance at school is dropping, your grades are dropping, you disappear a lot, and people are starting to ask questions.
Exactly.
That you may not want to answer. When you're not fighting the monster of the week, have them, I don't know, getting used to their powers, or pulling a Batman and going vigilante, stopping crime around town. Give the news and police a reason to pay attention to them.
Exactly.
And
you brought up all great points. Definitely.
Oh yeah, and oh yeah. Not only make your characters seem like real people, make your villains seem like real people.
Yeah.
Actually give them a motivation. Like, going back to Time Force, what was Rancic's motivation for being a bad guy? He was motivated by the hatred and racism that everyone showed him as a mutant, so he's giving that same race, hatred, and racism back. It's a vicious cycle. Since Rancic was shown hatred, he in turn turned hateful towards everyone else. And all that hatred is just cycling around and around and around.
Exactly.
I made a music video about a year ago for him, set to the Disturbed song, Who Taught You How to Hate, which I think goes perfectly. And evil for the sake of being evil. And, oh God, don't give them a generic growly villain voice. Okay, my villain, the way I described his voice was, I don't know if you've ever seen Transformers Prime.
Yeah,
it's Frank Welker again as Megatron.
I've never seen Transformers Prime, but I've...
Like this. Yeah. So instead of being more like this, he's a bit more like this. Low, calm, knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
But he won't hesitate to rip your head off if you piss him off. That sort of thing.
I will say, though, Sledge was a really good villain in Dino Charge. He was it seems weird. All the U.S. original villains are really good. Anytime they use one from Sentai, it's like, he's alright. You know?
Except for Xandred, he just did nothing. He was like Rita all over again. He did nothing. Except, unlike Rita, Xandred got involved twice. Rita just sat up there, I have a headache.
I personally really liked the Samurai cast. I wish we would have saw them do the legendary battle rather than Megaforce. At least they had some emotion.
Yeah.
So our last point today is proper fan service. How would I fix Power Rangers? Have some proper fan service. We were talking about Megaforce earlier. How when you had cameos in Megaforce, it didn't make sense because they didn't set up that there was that these people are already existing in the universe. Megaforce people didn't hear about Power Rangers before.
Somehow.
It's so dumb. And because you didn't set up set up these cameos, it didn't feel good when you watch them. When people are watching, they're like, who is that? Why is there just this random guy with weird hair saving somebody with a talking sword? They don't know that's Tommy with Saba. And the fact that Tommy has Saba and then it's still in the Green Ranger form, I mean, I don't even know how that makes any sense.
I don't know either. That whole ending, basically all Megaforce, there are times where it doesn't make sense. The one thing that really doesn't make sense is Robo Knight. In Megaforce, he was okay. Then you get the Super Megaforce where he comes back reprogrammed by Brock. And Troy, the Red Ranger, goes Super Saiyan and Falcon punches him and that somehow fixes him. Later on he dies, but then because they didn't even bother to edit out the Sentai footage or, use different footage, he's back for...
They didn't treat my man Robo...
comment on it. Except for, oh, hey, Robo Knight, how you doing? It's like, what?
They didn't treat
He's supposed to be dead!
They didn't treat my man Robo Knight with any respect at all. He was the best character in Megaforce.
Considering all of the Power Rangers, even Orion in Super Megaforce, who's basically a copy of Taizon from Operation Overdrive, are no more than cardboard cutouts, and Gosei is a giant tiki head stuck on a wall, and Zordon gets a mention all of once. In passing reference. When you said fan service, if you're going to do fan service like that, the best way to do fan service, I think, is don't make it in your face.
Exactly.
Make it something subtle that the older fans will recognize, and the younger fans will be like, what does that mean? And they'll actually go to mom and dad who grew up on Power Rangers, and mom and dad can explain it. Or in universe, have it be, like I said, an urban legend, a bedtime story, that sort of thing.
Or how I would put it, if I was doing fan service at a Power Rangers show, I would set it up. I would set it up previously, like maybe they say a few lines in a previous episode. If you know these characters are coming back, set it up in previous episodes so people go, oh, that's the guy they were talking about from episodes ago. I get it, yeah, like, you know these people are coming back. Write it into the script, Saban. You know.
Yeah. Jaden is, because, Samurai at this point, let's just say, if they're not sure what Power Rangers are, for whatever reason, I don't know, at least, at most, maybe 3 to 5 years previous, I don't know. But everyone else, like Casey from Jungle Fury, again, Tommy and all the others, got zero build-up. And there are some that shouldn't even have been there, like Leo, Damon from Lost Galaxy, who should still be stuck on Miranoi. God knows what Cassie and TJ from In Space have been doing.
But that's what I'm saying. If they had set it up previously, like, oh, someone go call the In Space Rangers. There's an invasion coming down. Or maybe have...
And have them say, we'll be there as soon as we can, but we can't make any guarantees it'll be in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, or even have a scene where Gosei goes, oh, the Rangers are in trouble. I better send a signal,
Speaking of Gosei, do not hand out powers and Zords every 5 fucking seconds.
Yeah, that was bullshit too. I didn't like that.
The story is that Jonathan Zacher is a massive fanboy of the Sentai, which understandably, some of them are good. Like I said, I just finished watching Zero Ranger, which I still have yet to actually finish Dai Ranger and Kaku Ranger, but Zero Ranger so far was really good. But if you look back at, again, say, Mighty Morphin, after a while, they ran out of Sentai footage. So what did they do? While they also filmed their own footage, they contacted Toei and said, hey, can you make some more footage for us to use? They didn't do that as much in Season 2 or Season 3, which would have been really awkward because the Ranger suits were different. The only reason they used the Sentai footage was the Zords, the White Ranger alone, and later on the Alien Rangers. And then you have other seasons like, oh god, what was one? Help me out here. RPM was almost entirely original footage.
Well, the first half of RPM's original footage. The second half is all Sentai footage.
Well, considering that I think it was Judd Lin said, I could take the original Sentai, I think it was called Go Onager, and make it appeal more to mature audiences. And then he saw just how goofy and cartoony it was, and he's like, what the fuck have I got myself into?
Yeah, a lot of the first half is like all original footage, which is why it's so amazing. Like Power Rangers, get a bigger budget and make it original, man. Like, that's the whole first half of Dino Charge Season 1 is mostly original footage. It's just amazing what they did with it, you know? When you don't have to follow the Sentai.
All the shit you want.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, continue.
When you don't have to follow this, when you're not following the Sentai and you're not holding down, they do such amazing things with these stories. It's like, give me more. I want more.
Yeah, that was part of the problem with Samurai. I'm not saying Samurai is a bad season, but part of it is it's more or less copy and paste transliteration of the original Sentai, which leads to some really weird moments.
I will agree with that. As much as I love Samurai and as much as I'll defend Samurai, it could have used like some scraping down on some of the Sentai moments. Like, make this a little bit more Power Rangers instead of Japanese. Make it a Power Rangers tradition instead of Japanese, you know?
You can give the most recent movie all the shit you want. They gave their villain motivation, they gave their characters actual characterization, actual reason, eventually, to become Power Rangers. So, they got that down. But here's the funny thing. When that movie came out, there was actually somebody who said they preferred that piece of shit fan film from 2014.
Oh.
Power/Rangers. And I'm like, so you prefer seeing your Rangers doing drugs, killing people indiscriminately, and getting brutally murdered. Yeah. Good job. You get the I'm a fucking idiot cookie.
Exactly.
Good job. Good job.
Although, my fan film that I directed...
that woman in
Huh?
Hold on. Right up there, you are the third dumbest person related to Power Ranger. Right up there with that woman in Lightspeed Rescue who said monsters don't exist, and Ernie in Super Megaforce who didn't even recognize Troy without his helmet.
I remember that. But if you watch my fan film, which it's had 2 showings ever in a public. I won't release it online. I released it online once, and Saban took it down, so I gotta wait to release it again. I'm gonna release it again maybe next year. But when you guys see my fan film, there's a lot of death in it, but you keep a lot of the core Ranger stuff in there. You know, like the death has purpose. It's not like it's meaningless like that fan film. You know.
Yeah, that's another thing you could do. Have the Rangers eventually come to realize these monsters of the week that they're destroying, they're killing living creatures.
Exactly.
So that right there could come to affect them psychologically. Eventually, using Animorphs as an example again, through all their fights and all the killing they've been doing, start having them, regret what they've done, start having them occasionally dive into a pretty bad depression, not to the point of suicide, but just, shutting off, not wanting anything to do with anyone. I don't want to say go to PTSD territory. Basically have them, I don't know, if say after the end, they see a new team of Rangers, and their first thought would be something along the lines of, so now someone else
is carrying my burden.
Something like that, but don't make it seem like, well, that's a weight off my shoulders.
Yeah.
Make it seem more somber, like, oh God, I pity you.
Exactly. I want more stakes.
And something like that happens, it's not Power Rangers, but it's Sentai. At the end of Die Ranger, the basis for Season 2, where the Red Die Ranger sees his grandson morph, and he's kind of like, oh God, not again. Because, long story short, and I'm just going off of what I've read up, everything that happened in Die Ranger, wasn't exactly pretty.
Yeah, that's one of the more gruesome Sentais.
And then again, June Ranger wasn't exactly all sunshine and sparkles either.
Yeah, well, if you like those kind of Sentais, you should check out Gokaiger. Gokaiger is my favorite Sentai, other than the one where they wear those animal t-shirt kind of things. It was like a recent one.
You said that you like Gokaiger. I was going to say, yeah, that's much better than Megaforce. It actually respects what it's tributing.
Well, exactly. I used a lot of Gokaiger's footage when I made my fan film. Like, I used a lot of original footage, but I used some of Gokaiger's legendary battle footage for my fan film, so.
Yeah, my story, it's kind of also gone on a darker tone, but, okay, I'm just going to get to that right now. It's called Power Rangers Going Digital, so there's a lot of things that could probably, that if you, however you interpret it, could be taken from VR Troopers.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
But that's also why I said if you want to go off of Animorphs, because I'm using characterization sort of from those books for these characters.
Yeah.
Like, you have the reluctant leader, you have the one character who's always ready to, bash some skulls.
Yeah.
Until, and this is something that I did, have someone they were trying to protect, in this case, have someone they were trying to protect actually end up dying from their fight, and realize, oh shit, people really can get hurt with this. Okay, I'm just going to kind of say this right now. I did something, I think it was Cry of Justice, child death, but give it a purpose. Like don't just have Leanne Harper, oh god, Leanne Harper's dead just for the sake of shock value. Actually have it contribute towards a character and the story.
Yeah.
Not just child death, but any death.
But that's my list of how me and Kenny would fix Power Rangers. What are your...
This series, let's face it, this series needs fixing. It has been horribly, horribly broken for years.
Yeah, we need to stop putting the Band-Aids on. Let's get some glue and fix this shit up. Let's torch it up, start anew. Let's make this franchise great again. To quote our president, make this franchise great again. What did you guys think of our list, and how would you fix Power Rangers? And if anybody who says they're canceling is getting their comment deleted. Because I don't want it canceled. Me and Kenny have a great love for Power Rangers. We don't want to see it go down the hill. We want to see it improve. That's why we made this list. You know?
That's what it needs. It needs to improve. They're that old adage. It always gets worse before it gets better.
Definitely.
But, oh boy. Well, yeah, what we need is someone like, I think it was Judd Lynn who handled everything from Zeo to Wild Force, I think.
Yeah.
What we need is someone like that again. Because Judd Lynn basically wrote the book on how you do Power Rangers. What we need is someone like him or, God.
I think he's the one who did Dino Charge, actually.
I don't remember. I don't know.
I think he did Dino Charge and Ninja
Steel. If you
Steel.
were to pick someone, who would you pick to actually run the show?
Oh, I would definitely pick me. I would pick
Besides you, like, if you were to choose, say, a director or a current showrunner, like, I don't know, Christopher Moffat from Doctor Who, I don't know.
I would probably pick Jeff Johns of DC, because he's handling the DC television universe right now. And I feel like the way he handles those franchises is the way Power Rangers need to be handled. What about you?
God. Well, I don't really watch a whole lot of TV anymore. Can't go Lauren Fowler. She's more for the really young kids.
Who is it? Someone, what'd you say?
I said I don't really watch any TV anymore. The only ones I can think of are Christopher Moffat from Doctor Who and Lauren Faust, but Lauren Faust handles shows for really young kids, like Farces Home for Imaginary Friends and My Little Pony.
Oh, yeah. I didn't hear the name at first. That's why I asked. But,
Pony has better story characterization than the current seasons of Power Rangers.
Yeah, My Little Pony does have a lot of better characterization than a lot of TV shows on television nowadays, you know?
As much as I love that show, I have to say, that's very sad.
Yeah. All right, Kenny, where can my fans find you at?
I'll provide Rem a link to my main channel, which is just called Kenny Rutter. Also growing up on the I can't talk. Also growing up in the 90s on Facebook.
Definitely, and you can find me on Twitter at KingRemDogg, KingRemDogg. I mean, join the RemDogg army. We already got famous people like Donald Trump and Little Romeo following me right here on Twitter. So now it's your turn. Join the RemDogg army and follow King RemDogg on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Thank you guys for watching.
Hey, you know who you sounded like right there when you said join the RemDogg army?
Who?
PewDiePie. Join the bro army today.
Hey, join the bro and RemDogg army today. And just don't be a Jake Pauler. All right, catch you guys later. Until next time, bye-bye.
I'm out.
Good job, Kenny. I love